It would just be too awkward for me to be there because I would try and outdance the groom.
Think you've seen all the drama on reality TV? Wait until you hear about the guy who tried to upstage the groom at his ex-wife's wedding. Spoiler alert, it's a disaster you have to see. We've got so much to dive into today, so let's not waste any time. Let's jump straight into it. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Elena here, and welcome back to my channel Reality Nexus X. Seriously, dude? He's literally a walking emoji for a certain vegetable. It takes a whole new level of clueless douchebaggery to try and steal the spotlight from the groom at your ex-wife's wedding, especially when that groom is 1,000 times the man you'll ever be, even in your most inflated narcissistic daydreams. David, a great father and an amazing partner to Christine. Meanwhile, Kody couldn't hold a candle to him if he tried his entire sad life. Maddie, David's favorite daughter, was literally tearing up talking about what a wonderful dad he is. That says it all, no contest. Kody, on the other hand, is peak narcissism and pure idiocy. The idea that he actually thought he could upstage the groom at his own wedding? It's like watching someone try to outsing a karaoke champion while tone-deaf and offbeat. He's about as appealing as a plate of cold mashed potatoes. Scratch that, even cold mashed potatoes have potential. Kody, he's just plain awful. Picture it. The groom and Christine are off somewhere actually enjoying each other, while Kody's busy imagining himself stealing the show. This is straight-up delusion at its finest. He was so bitter about not being invited. You just know if he had been, he'd have grabbed the mic to deliver some awkward, petty toast about how he and Christine didn't work out, but maybe David would have better luck. Please. Then David's confession about not liking to dance. Priceless, because despite that, he still danced for Christine. That's the kind of steady, secure man he is. Kody, meanwhile, is a sad man-child stuck in middle school, flailing around and treating every dance like a seizure fit. He even once tried to pull Christine's arm out of its socket. Talk about gentlemanly. The mental image of Kody plotting to outdance the groom at the wedding that he knew he wouldn't be invited to. Pure cringe. And then broadcasting that fantasy to millions? That's a special kind of embarrassing. You can almost imagine the ex-wives watching this and thinking, how did I ever marry this guy? Honestly, the only place Kody should be dancing is on a reality dance show, but paired with a bodyguard to keep everyone safe. His whole vibe screams delusion. He's convinced he's this suave, star-worthy figure, but to everyone else he's just the mayor of Clowntown, flailing and flouncing around like Elena from Seinfeld attempting a dance number. It's painful to watch, and yet the best part is how he makes everything about himself. Why he wasn't invited, how he could have stolen the show, how the universe revolves around him. Meanwhile, David's off being a great dad and partner, quietly winning at life. So yeah, Kody's still out there, dreaming he's Moses or some kind of dance god, but we all know the truth. The only thing he's good at is embarrassing himself and making everyone else uncomfortable. Honestly, if this were a real contest, David wins hands down. Kody's just lucky he wasn't actually at the wedding. Otherwise, the whole thing would have been a train wreck nobody could look away from. Did anyone else's head explode when Kody said he wouldn't sacrifice his relationship with Robin for a relationship with his kids? Who actually asked him to do that? Does he not understand that he can have both with just a bit of effort? Obviously, he just doesn't care, but it's baffling. Towards the end of the wedding dance, the kids mentioned it felt like the family gatherings they used to have, and it was clear there was more happiness without Kotex and Sobin. Robin wasn't there to drain the energy. Watching Robin, Aurora, and Brianna after their church shopping trip was something else. Lots of shopping, but their style didn't reflect it. The family dynamics are so complicated. The kids seem more genuine and happy when away from Robin and Kody's influence. Looking back, early on when the wives and Noodle had Robin on the couch, they seemed sympathetic and supportive. But after a few episodes, they looked like they'd had enough of her tears. The off-camera reality must be even more intense. Kody does what he wants. If he wants to do something without Robin, he does it, but not for his kids, who never asked him to leave Robin. Robin isn't exactly welcoming when his kids visit either. For example, Isabel's face at Truly's birthday dinner, where there wasn't enough food said it all. Kody and Robin didn't even make room for Truly to stay. Meanwhile, Christine had to file a court order for child support because Kody refused financial responsibility. Yet, he accommodated visitations for his other kids more than for Truly. How do you not have enough food for your child's birthday dinner? And Truly was vegetarian at the time. It seems they expected the girls to leave after filming the birthday wishes and didn't want to properly celebrate. With the money they have, ordering food or making more would have been easy. It's clear Kody didn't care enough to try. Truly is such an amazing kid, and it's heartbreaking how neglected she has been. She even needed hospitalization due to his neglect. The bike riding lesson was abusive. Kody clearly doesn't understand or care about her. David is a godsend for her, and seeing her mom blossom is great. Kody is unwilling to take responsibility for his broken relationships with his children. Instead, he blames Robin for the distance, not acknowledging his neglect or favoritism. This blame game is a classic deflection. Robin isn't blameless either, but Kody's diversion of blame is striking. His narrative is that the ex-wives are evil, they corrupted the kids, and everything is pure Robin's fault. He paints himself as the good man who was forced to choose Robin and her kids over his other children, which is why he lost his family. Both Kody and Robin are setting up narratives for their own salvation if their relationship falls apart. The real question is who the family and fans will side with, or if both will be disavowed. It's sad to see Kody publicly say hurtful things about his kids. Speaking positively to children is important, and Kody has failed as a parent in many ways, which explains the fractured relationships. Kody's insistence that the kids must come to him, but he won't go to them is telling. Adult children want relationships on their own terms. Kody's unwillingness to engage without Robin being involved pushes them further away. His refusal to consistently take accountability has ruined his relationships. The children feel he chose Robin over them, not the other way around. Robin's involvement only complicates matters. Kody can't deal with adult children having differing opinions, which alienates them. He's made mistakes moving his kids, separating them, playing favorites, and squandering resources. Raising kids by communicating, validating feelings, and encouraging independence creates healthy adults, unlike Kody's approach. Respectful challenge and open dialogue are crucial. Kody still clings to the idea that his kids hate Robin, when in reality, many want fairness, accountability, and mutual respect, not Robin's absence. The kids don't want him without Robin. They don't want him, period. Robin has kept her kids separate and infantilized, reinforcing the divide. Both Kody and Robin demand everything on their terms, with no compromise. Since Garrison's passing, it's unclear if any relationships have improved. Kody claims the door is open, but he won't walk through it. It's easier for him to blame others than take responsibility. Kody demanded his kids apologize to Robin to get together for Christmas, which they refused. He changed it later to have a conversation, but that's seen as wanting them to kowtow to Robin, which will never happen. His attitude is controlling and narcissistic. He continues to play the victim and deflect blame onto Robin, his ex-wives, and the kids. Ultimately, Kody's refusal to accept accountability and his inability to foster healthy relationships have left him isolated. His children have moved on, forming their own loving families, while he remains stuck in his ego and denial. I think I shall never see a chopping job as disastrous as Kody's with that tree. For a guy who claims to have cut down at least 1,000 trees, his technique is pure garbage. Honestly, I don't buy it. Unless you're a professional lumberjack or clearing acres of land, There's no way you hit those numbers. Kody was a total spaz out there, impulsive, clueless, and somehow managing to make everything more complicated. Did you see him run up the hill just to jump and knock the ladder down instead of using a stool or something sensible? Nope, stools are for people without gloves. I was laughing so hard I almost cried. I even had to watch it again to believe what I saw. At least I'm telling myself he needed a running start to get up that hill, because otherwise, I don't know how he did it. Watching Kody cut down that tree was borderline dangerous. I was bracing for someone to get hurt. Then the truth came out. He once felled a tree that landed on their roof. Oh, and the best part? He never finishes the job, just knocks the trees down and leaves them lying there. Deadbeat dad, deadbeat husband, and now deadbeat finisher of tasks. What's next? Deadbeat teeth? Seriously, someone send this man to the dentist. His smile looks like a crime scene. And what's with that pile of ladders? In the first episode, Kody talks about dropping a tree, and he's mocked for never finishing the last ones he cut down. His wife Robin's on his case for the same thing. Kody's like, "Don't worry, I'll finish one before moving on." Yeah, I'm right. If that one butchered tree improved the view, I missed it. Still a mess. He claims to have cut down 1,000 trees, but I'm skeptical. Logs were just lying around rotting. With 24 kids, how hard is it to cut, stack, and dry some wood in one afternoon? Great chance to teach the kids a skill, but apparently they're all too young. So who's supposed to do the work? Guess it's on someone else. I've seen people fell trees properly. Not even close. Kody's terrible at manual labor, probably because he was either yelled at instead of taught, or just ignored advice and did his own chaotic thing. The guy could have seriously hurt himself. Honestly, Kody shows signs of untreated ADHD mixed with narcissism. That combo explains a lot of the chaos. He's a hazard to everyone around him. Meanwhile, he's off dressing up, hanging in bars, and doing curly hair routines. The moment he bought that land, I knew hard work wasn't happening. He jumps in ponds and preens instead. And the whole master of avoiding COVID catching it anyway? His kids go to school, the nanny gets it. Surprise? His manic energy? Always sweaty, always showering, hogging all the hot water and toilets, just avoiding actual parenting duties. That chainsaw he started with was tiny and weak. Then he switched to another mid-scene, so staged. Watching Robin scream Kody repeatedly was priceless. They looked absolutely bonkers, like a chaotic sitcom couple oblivious to how ridiculous they appear. Why is he cutting all these trees anyway? For the view? Please. He looks like an idiot showing off. And those huge, ugly stumps, they're just tripping hazards. If he were smart, he'd carve seats or something fun out of the wood. Where's the competent guy when you need him? Leaving the chainsaw running while hacking at it with an axe? That gave me anxiety. No wonder Robin's mothering him like a toddler. And the claim of cutting down 1,000 trees? Total joke. He's lucky he hasn't hurt himself yet. Cutting down a perfectly good tree because it blocked the view of the mountain. Facepalm. Kody's idea of proving he's a man. A flashy sports car, a visor, and fairy-like hair. He's good at failing. 3 marriages down, 13 kids, and a falling-apart mansion. Without the show and the original family, Kody would have nothing. I once believed in him. Now it's just a big scam. Kody's big declaration. Now that I'm a monogamist, my wife gets to make the rules. Here's the truth. The reason he's a monogamist is because Robin has always been the one making the rules. Always. Watching him this episode was like witnessing a full-on manic meltdown. The guy literally looked like he was having a seizure while bragging. I've cut down hundreds of trees. He probably thinks acting extra makes him more masculine, but nope, it just makes him look unhinged. He likely needs therapy to deal with all the insults he says he got in high school, 1,000 he claims. And those hundreds of trees in Vegas? Sure, the more unhinged he gets, The harder it is because Robin can't call him out without breaking her own role. It was always the other wives who kept him somewhat grounded or busy enough to stop him from acting like a hyperactive toddler obsessed with chainsaws. His craving for attention is like a drug he's trying to detox from. Now, with only one wife, he actually has to compromise if he wants to stay married. After decades of behaving like an overgrown child, it's a tough adjustment. Just look at him manic with that chainsaw when he says, "Since I'm a monogamist, my wife makes the rules." What he means is he's no longer the emotional dictator. He has to listen to Robin and at least consider her boundaries, because he only has one wife now. No other place to run. Well, except that secret storage space under the house where he can hide, but even then, Robin is watching. Also, he desperately needs to see a dentist. His teeth are yellower than marshmallow peeps. He can threaten to bring in another wife, but the real power is Robin's legal and financial control. She could threaten divorce and demand custody of her mother, and that would silence him instantly. When Kody talks about rules, what he really means is boundaries, something foreign to his emotional vocabulary. Now he has an incentive to respect those boundaries because if he doesn't, he risks losing his only wife. This also explains why his polygamist years were such a nightmare. No accountability, chaos everywhere. It's no surprise the other wives left. They were the only thing keeping him from completely losing it. And that whole monogamist means wife makes the rules line? Laughable. Remember that awkward, sexually charged moment with Mary? Robin shut that down immediately. They have their sacred covenant. Even though the breakup scene with Mary was painful and Robin was visibly distraught. Kody's classic move is to reverse cause and effect. He claims the wives did something, so then he pulled away and favored Robin. But clearly, the wives acted out because he stopped acting like a husband. Like when Janelle got an RV without his approval and said, "If I wait for Kody, I'll be homeless." Then he gets mad at her for not acting like a wife. It's a never-ending cycle. They're definitely keeping up appearances for the cameras. They probably sleep in separate beds, which explains the need for a bigger house, so everyone can have their own room. Robin even decorated the master bedroom entirely. Bottom line, Kody's been Robin's puppet since day one. She makes the rules, and he follows, likely without realizing how deeply he's been controlled. Suddenly developing health issues like gluten intolerance after she arrived? Not a coincidence. Who would want Kody? He's deluded, desperate for attention, and frankly sad. The patriarchy ends with him and Robin, a loveless marriage with zero chemistry. She probably can't stand being around him, and he's obsessed with her. Did you see when he tried teaching someone his dance moves? Hilarious and cringeworthy. He couldn't even teach Truly to ride a bike. At least the wives are finally free. Mary deserves a chance at a decent relationship, unlike the toxic mess of Kody and Robin. In the end, Robin has always been the one making the rules, even when Kody was supposedly the polygamist in charge. No wonder the others left. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and much love to you all.